What up, y'all, and welcome back to Chicagoland Speedway. This time for the NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. Final race of the season. This is the 200th race run in series history. Over 6 years of action. Man, it's been so fun watching this series grow over these 6 seasons, and we'll continue to see it grow into 2023 next year for the 7th season. I'm joined in the booth by Vince Freeze as we've got a front row switcheroo from last week. Last week was Logan York on pole with Shelton to his outside at Springfield. This week, Shelton is on pole with York to her outside. It's Shelton's first pole of the year and third of her career. Vince, man, 121 laps of action here today. Cloudy skies once again. Thinking the pit strategy like last year is going to be 29 to 32. Do you think everyone can go on a 3-stopper here if this race is green start to finish?
I think it will happen. I just think this is a type of race where, similar to the Truck Series, we're going to see long runs, tire fall. Unless we get an early yellow, I think with a 3-stopper guaranteed. And we did see Sanford last year mess up the strategy. We could see that again. And once again, Jonathan Zoerlein also clinched. We can't forget about that. So there's nothing really on the line for first. It's all about second, third, fourth. And man, with this, this will be officially the first season I've ever completed in the booth. No missed recordings. That's it's always a good way to cap it off for sure.
Yes, indeed. Looking at row 2, you got Cole Deaver and Jonathan Zoerlein. Deaver, a driver who's qualified at the front a lot this year, but just hasn't had that race-winning pace a lot. Can't say the same about Nico Tringali, who's in row 3 with Dylan Young. Tringali, man, there were several occasions where I thought he would have won a race. He could have had a 3-win season potentially this year. It didn't go that way. But Tringali is going to be looking to get his first win since 2019 here today. It's going to be a long one. We'll have to see what he can do against his teammate champion, now 2-time champion, Jonathan Zoerlein. Row 4 is Zach Flickinger and Quinton Moore. And then in row 5, Alexander Rowe and William Brock Rowe, last week's winner, now two-time winner on the season. Going to go through the rest of the starting lineup. Vince, just tell me who missed the race for now.
Here we go. We got Christian Russell, Logan Williams, Brent James, Reggie Fogelman, Lane Sanders, Owen Miles, Blaine Saylor, Jack Holton, Roy Ribbleton, and Scott Roush, the final go home of the year, and it's for the people who missed.
Looking at the back of the field, Nate Rogers starting in 42nd. Last year's winner, Andrew Rich, in 39th. And then some other stragglers here at the back of the field. Let's go trackside for the command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
So past winners on the this track here. Wow, great transition. Past winners here at Chicagoland in the Cup Series. Charles Jackson, 2017 in a Toyota. Didn't come here for 2 years. 2020, Wes McCoy, lone rookie winner at this track in a Ford. And then last year, Andrew Rich won in a Dodge. So Chevy has never won at this track in the Digital Storm Cup Series. That was something we said about Jerky Pro at Springfield last week. So could that be the tie-off here today? Interestingly enough, same pattern at Springfield for Jerky Pro. It went Toyota, Ford, Ram, Chevy, and it's gone Toyota, Ford, Dodge here in Cup. Could we see a Chevy get it done, Vince? Could it be Jonathan Zoerlein, excuse me, capping off his championship season with what would be his 5th win of the year? Looking at the battle for second in the points, Nate Rogers is 23 points ahead of both Seth Cole and Charles Sanford. Green flag is out, and we're underway at Chicagoland for the final race of the year. Race 200 in series history. And Tringali going to waste no time going 3 wide on the inside.
The outside run for Zoerlein, though. Now, we'll see what these two leaders, especially Logan York, if he starts falling back, similar to Lane Sanders last night.
York gets put to the top side, 3 wide. Zoerlein and Tringali, man, they are hauling here at the beginning of this one as Shelton leads the first lap of the race.
Side by side, Zoerlein's going to get a little bit of a side trap going, for sure, on the outside.
Tringali currently with the advantage, but you see that outside line really come in through 3 and 4. Zoerlein gonna power by up to second place.
I mean, York dropping like a rock. Not a surprise, though. We know this Cup Series is like sharks out of the water.
Shelton starting to get hunted down by Jonathan Zoerlein. Baranowskis, the Jerky Pro Truck Series champ for the second year in a row. She led 86 and 98 laps last night. Could Zoerlein be looking to dominate here today? Lane Sanders led the first 3 laps of the Jerky Pro race. Shelton has led the first 3 laps of the Cup race, and Zoerlein just blew by her as if she wasn't even there.
Zoerlein is hooked up, man. Not only is he trimmed out, but he seems to have the good quarter. Now, the only thing I'll have to worry about is tire management, tire wears. Tringali just can't do what Zoerlein did in 22.
I feel like strategy is going to be a big game today, Vince. Talked about it, 28 to 32 on the pit strategy. You know, I really think if you want to make it on a 3-stop here today, if it goes green all the way through, leading the entire race might not be the way to go, because you might have to pit an extra time. So Zoerlein is trying to put some distance here, but he should probably start going into save mode here, because otherwise, you know, he's not going to be able to save any fuel until he gets into lap traffic.
Another thing, too, is as you start playing that strategy, let's run that lower line down the back. We saw that last night being prominent tonight as he has the fastest lap.
28-172, man. He's been pulling away ever since he got by Shelton. Tringali is struggling compared to him to get by the 02. Deaver in 4th, Flickinger 5th. William Brock, Alexander Rowe, Seth Cole, Dylan Young, Allison Rain. That is your top 10. The Rain has had quite the season. Has not won a race, though, since the first half of the year. Got wins at Denver, Darlington, and Homestead. 3 wins on the season, putting her at 16 to her career. And man, Zoerlein trying to get career win number 18 this afternoon. He's got a 1-second lead over his teammate, Nico Tringali. Alexander Rowe looking to the inside of Brock for 6th. So we'll have to see if Tringali can hunt down Zoerlein at all here.
Time by.
That time by a hair faster. 8 laps into the race, already seeing half a second of fall off. Let's go through the field as Rowe will take 6th away from Brock. Seth Cole looking to move forward as well. Just outside the top 10 is Quinton Moore in 11th, Cement Oskin 12th, and Logan York, who continues to fall, now down to 13th. Peter Onjak, Sebastian Kukulon just inside the top 15, in front of Charles Sanford. Diego Yepes in 17th. Here's an interesting battle to note. Yepes not confirmed to be back yet, but he comes into this race 6 points behind RJ Bishop. Bishop 6 points behind Vince Freeze. And with a 20-race season next year, it'll be just the first 4 races of the year that you're locked in off of last year's points. So Yepes trying to be locked in if he comes back to this 18. Keith Rich is in 18th. Ace Rogers 19th. Ellison not coming back, but that 24 will be locked in for the first few races. He's racing against Kev Shearer here for 20th. Fitzwater at the back here. He's mid-pack, 22nd, but Vince, after just 10 laps, Andrew Rich is up from 39th to 23rd. So Andrew Rich is hauling. He is... Where is he? He's 17th on the lap chart, and he's been going through traffic doing it. I can only imagine how fast this car actually is in clean air. But he's about to take 22nd from Fitzwater here. 24th, Adam Flickinger. We know he's dipping down to trucks. Garanti 25th. There's RJ in 26th. Jesse Turner, Bradley Ream, Derek Hamill, and there's our two-time Truck Series champ, Aranauskas, currently in 30th, not having the best of races. Vince Freeze 31st, Nate Rogers up to 32nd, but he has not been moving forward nearly as fast as Rich. Amanda Evans, Priya McShane, Trey Smith, Henry Sanford, Laura Chung, Colt Hudson, Christian Vargas, Stephen Colon, and then Levi McIntyre and Mason Dagger. McIntyre not coming back to the Cup Series next year. Zoerlein continues to lead, 1.3 second lead over his teammate Tringali. Shelton has stabilized in third. As Alexander Rowe going on 5th for Zach Flickinger. Dylan Young has moved up to 7th. Rain up to 8th. So Brock and Seth Cole have fallen to 9th and 10th. So you can see everybody getting bunched up behind Logan York. So we've now got a second of fall off here.
You made a really good point, an excellent point. Is does Zoerlein need to be leading this race, or does he need to back it down? He doesn't really care. He's still putting hammer time, but I don't know. I think that early in the race, it's all right to do it. It's the second stop that will be the key, I think.
I mean, yes, indeed. I think, you could go 28 laps and then pit 28 to 29, but then you're going to need to go 31 laps. Excuse me. Gonna need to go 31 laps, Vince, those next two, 3 runs for you to make it to lap 121 at the finish. But, I mean, Zoerlein right now, he seems to have the car to beat. I'm just wondering what Andrew Rich can do. Started 39th. He's already inside the top 20 now, but he's 6.5 seconds back. So, he's going to have to play his strategy right. If he can clear up here through Logan York, he'll be in a bit of clean air. And we'll see if he can really close up to the top 12. But right now, he's stuck behind his son, Keith, who's running in 19th.
We saw that with Katana last night. He played that card a little bit with the overcut and started to gain ground. Let's see if Rich can do something similar. Maybe a little history right there.
I mean, Andrew, Vince, this was kind of shocking to me. Andrew only has 1 win this entire year. Got it in that chaotic Bristol paved race we had. But he is still 5th in the standings. And if you look behind him at the point standings, the next 6 drivers in the points all have multiple wins on the season. Dylan Young, Fitzwater, Oskin, Rowe, Kev, all with 2 wins. And then Rain with 3. Zach Flickinger 12th in the points with 1. Keith Rich, Amanda Evans 20th and 21st with 1 win apiece. Everybody top 12 in the points has a win. Peter Onjak, Nico Tringali, Quinton Moore 13th to 15th without wins. So 14 different winners on the season, as it is a mess right now. You see Charles, man, I'm surprised Charles has been unable to get by Kukulon, Onjak, or York here.
Looks like a whole super speedway race here the way it's going. Same thing with Fitzy. Fitzy's been struggling today. Just don't have the 1.5 miles. Maybe they packed it in early. Who knows? Trying some things for next season. Same mod.
Same car style, yes. Andrew Rich and Keith Rich are going to be leaving Bulldog Motorsports after this race. Nothing personal against the owner, Zach Rogers, but Andrew's saying he wants to start his own team now. So Rich Racing, father and son duo, Rogers letting them take their numbers, 23 and 53, and they'll be running Ford Mustangs next year. And making their rookie season debuts next year, Vince, will be Lucas Catano and Benjamin Ice.
Really touted in the truck series, sure.
Look at Andrew Rich with a crossover move there. Got blocked by Sanford going for position on Kukulon. Just to cap off that story, Katana will drive the 39 in Cup. It'll be the first time we'll see that number in the Cup Series. And then Ice will be in the 66. Andrew and Keith are going to be allowed to take their owner points with them, so Katana and Ice will have to work their way through Go or Go Home to begin the year. So Andrew clears out by Logan York. You can see Onjak has already pulled away from this group since clearing the 95. So we'll really be able to see what these drivers can do. As fall off has really hit the cliff now. We're almost at 3 seconds. Brock has fallen out of the top 10. Rain and Rowe have... Well, Rowe has actually lost a spot to Dylan Young. Nobody has been able to get by Jessica Shelton. She appears to be the next quote-unquote rolling roadblock. As Tringali has just been biding his time in second. Zoerlein continuing to just inch away. You see last place, Vince, Mason Dagger is already 17 seconds behind Zoerlein. I think we're going to have lap traffic after the first cycle here in the Cup race.
Yeah, Zoerlein's been on something today, man. Maybe it's that a paint scheme. I know he last year he won the championship in playoff style. I think he won that scheme.
Yeah, this Liftmaster has been with Zoerlein for I believe two or three seasons now, and he has won a lot with them on the hood.
He has been the master these last 2 seasons. It's been incredible to see his rise, man. He's been consistent. He flatlined it this year, was similar to Silky Smooth and Oscar's consistency, and added some wins. That's a recipe for winning, for sure.
Zoerlein, stats on the year: 4 wins, 15 top 5s, 20 top 10s, 5 poles, average finish 10.59, and the average starting position just a smidge better at a 10.55. Started 4th today. That'll improve that starting position average. And looking to finish off the year with another great result, man. He has been untouchable this season. See tire wear for him, 3.4 seconds from his best lap. Same for Tringali, but Tringali is 2/10 off of the 5, and you can really see him starting the cliff as the 23's got an issue.
Oh. Yeah, pit road.
There he is. He's pitting. Problems with the fuel system on Andrew Rich's car.
It's a shame.
They're going to pit him here on lap 26. He had to limp it back around, lost a ton of time, all that track position he had gained. We'll have to see if it's going to end his race or not here, but they're going to have to put some work on this. That is a tough, tough break. Honestly, if anybody could have challenged Zoerlein if there was a late race yellow, it would have been this 23 car. That is devastating. That's going to open the door for Dylan Young to potentially take 5th in the points. He only needs 23 points. He'll get it on the tiebreaker, since he has one more win than Rich. Looks like Zoerlein's going to be able to stretch this thing out to lap 30. Tringali's actually going to pit here and try something. As the 23 continues, Rich, though, several laps down. Shelton and everybody else around and inside, outside the top 10 pitting. Quinton Moore, actually Dylan Young pit the lap before Tringali.
Interesting.
Not sure if he can make it on a 3-stop doing that, but Zoerlein managed to stretch it to lap 30, which is surprising since he was the leader. Zach Flickinger, William Brock, they'll be on the overcut strategy with him, as is Ace Rogers, Fitzwater. York's going to stay out another lap. Adam Flickinger pits, Amanda Evans, and a lot of other drivers here. Andrew Rich running with the top 10, but he is 3 laps down. Dylan Young is ahead of Tringali as York slowing up the pit. That was almost a disaster. But Dylan Young is the leader, and Rich looking to get one of his laps back.
Zoerlein might be ahead of these guys, but Young should have warm tires.
Zoerlein coming out of pit road. He'll stay the leader. Young and Tringali will be right up his bumper. So York stretched at 31, Vince. I'm curious if that will be the winning call or if Zoerlein will be able to stretch at 31. Man, this could have been the eventual battle for the win, but Rich with the fuel system issue, that has him 3 laps down. Now trying to put himself to 2 down. Hoping for a yellow so he could get another lap back, and then we'll see if he would have the pace to lead the field, per se. But Dylan Young, Tringali, they're going to pass Zoerlein here. Which, you know, I don't think is the end of the world, especially this early in the race. But especially because of the strategy they took. Dylan Young pit on 28, coming to 29. Tringali did it 29, coming to 30. Dylan Young's going to have to go on the long haul these next 3 runs if he's going to make it on 2 more pit stops.
Out of the realm possibility, but that could hurt. You can see he's starting to lose a little bit with the tires now. And Zoerlein, he's hooked up.
Dylan Young with 2 wins this season. Richmond back in May. And Pukekohe, the first of the 2 races in July. And Dylan Young looking to be the next driver to hit 7 wins in his Cup Series career. Him and Alexander Rowe at 6 apiece. Oskin and Deaver in line with 5. Kev Shearer by himself with 4. Amanda Evans, Nico Tringali, and Zach Flickinger with 3 apiece. As Tringali now takes the lead, Quinton Moore up here in 4th. As you look at the rest of the all-time wins list above Rowe and Dylan Young, it's Nate Rogers with 8, Fitzy with 9, Charles Sanford 12, Seth Cole 14, who started off really hot. Last win for him this year back at Road 1. And then Rain and Rich with 16 apiece and Zoerlein with 17. Tringali trying to put Rich back 3 laps down as Zoerlein is now looking to get by Dylan Young. The tires have kicked in for him. While these guys battle, let's go through the field. Let's see how the field is shuffled from this pit stop cycle. Shelton is 5th, Deaver 6th, Rowe 7th. Seth Cole 8th, Charles Sanford just getting by Chicagoland for 9th. So that is our top 10. Allison Rain, first car outside the top 10. Peter Onjak in 12th, Ferranti 13th. RJ Bishop's up to 14th. Zach Flickinger down to 15th. Oskin going to go up to 16th here. Hamill, Ellison, Brock, Kev Shearer, that's the top 20. Nate Rogers up to 21st. Oh, what a move by Kev. Keith Rich, 22nd. Ace Rogers, 23rd. Fitzy, 24th. McIntyre's up to 25th. Laura Chung, Jesse Turner, Vargas, Adam Flickinger, Vince Freeze, the top 30. Trey Smith, Amanda Evans, Priya McShane, Audra Baranowskis, Diego Yepes has plummeted. Logan York is in 36th, man. Good gracious. Colt Hudson, Bradley Ream, Henry Sanford, Stephen Colon, and then Mason Dagger, last car on the lead lap. Kind of surprised we have not had lap traffic yet.
Wow, for Rowan to get around Young. That'd be interesting, but maybe Zoerlein realized it's not good to be the leader. Stay here, save a little tire, save a little fuel, and then make it happen in that last run.
Just FYI, Vince, you are a little quiet right now.
How's this? A little better?
No, turn it up. Turn it up.
Better, better, better?
There you go.
All right, there we go.
Tringali with 0.6 of a second lead over Zoerlein. 10 laps into the run. Let's see, fastest lap on the race. Belonging to Zoerlein still. You see Rich, 9th there on the chart with the 466. He was able to run that by himself after the fuel system issues. Slowest lap made all day today on the fast lap sheet belongs to Amanda Evans. That's something we don't usually show, but this gives you a good idea of who is struggling today. Audra Baranowskis, 39th on the chart. Logan York, 31st after qualifying second. Fitzy, 25th. See Rain, 22nd. Oskin, 21st. Shelton, 20th, but they're all up at the front. And you got drivers like Keith Rich, Charles Sanford, Ace Rogers. They're top 10 on this chart. Same with Kev Shearer, but they are not close to the front. Well, Charles is now, but he wasn't earlier. Charles is now up to 9th. Zoerlein now trying to get by the 23 of Andrew Rich.
I'll put him in somewhat clean air. We'll see what he can do now with a little... Yeah, you can see it already. Gap there a little bit. Little rabbit, a little chasing the rabbit there, as I like to say. Let's see if he shrinks the gap to maybe 4/10. Right there on the money. Now the backstretch here. See him closes in with that nice handling. A little bit higher line into one. Let's go on this rookie. Let's get a lap around. Jonathan's going to master here. On the backstretch here, he's going to use a little draft. Backs up the entry, goes a little higher, gets some cleaner on the right side. Turn in and turn off. Really good on acceleration there. Fresh tires are kicking in. Then he's tucked in with some slip and active velocity. And a lap around Chicagoland. Let's see what he does in the 1-2.
Zoerlein closing up now to the bumper of Nico Tringali after being held up by Andrew Rich. You see Dylan Young, Quinton Moore starting to fall down the running order. Meanwhile, Jessica Shelton, faster than the two drivers in front of her, could see herself move up to third as she's got 4 seconds over Cole Deaver as Seth Cole and Charles Sanford looking to get by him. Sanford going to the outside here to try and get by Seth Cole. Alexander Rowe, Allison Rain right here with them. This is the battle for 6th through 10th. As Kukulon, Peter Onjak, 11th and 12th by themselves. And then the pack starting to pull forward. Nate Rogers up to 17th. Remember, coming into this race, Nate second in the points by 23 points over Seth Cole and Charles Sanford. So currently running in 17th. Charles and Seth trying to move forward, maybe have a shot at a top 5 day here. As Charles is all over Cole Deaver.
Definitely's got the pace. I mean, can he make up 8 seconds? I think he can make up the gap to third and fourth, though, for sure. Dylan Young and Moore starting to slip heavy now.
Battles on for fourth between Shelton and Quinton Moore. On the year, Quinton Moore 15th in the points, 2 top 5s, 7 top 10s. Shelton 18th, 2 top 5s and 6 top 10s. Both these drivers looking for their third top 5 on the season. As after they got by Andrew Rich, Zoerlein and Tringali drove away, and Zoerlein is all over Tringali's bumper now. Interesting to note that Tringali's been able to lead for 20 laps of this run after Zoerlein came out right in front of him and Dylan Young. And Tringali is on that 1 lap older tire, so I'm not so sure if it was the Andrew Rich being in the way thing, or if they did something to the 7 car on that first pit stop and it has helped him compared to Zoerlein.
Similar tire setups too, maybe a little similar setup in aero and balance. See, Zoerlein's better mid-corner, but Tringali's doing enough on exit. But as I say that, here comes Zoerlein peaking.
And man, we've seen Tringali have so many chances on the intermediates this year, from Atlanta to Auto Club, Texas, so many other tracks. Could this finally be the day here in the season finale that he gets that first win in 3 years?
Yeah, him and Cole Deaver, man, have been on the monkey on the back train. But Tringali's got a good shot. Zoerlein just can't get by it, and that shows you he wasn't in. He was all in clean air the first run. That dirty air is just different setup and balance.
Yeah, he only had to deal with the dirty air for 3 laps behind Jessica Shelton. So he has not had to deal with dirty air here with 20 laps of tire wear. We'll be closing in on that second pit window here. You want to try and make it to lap 60. Otherwise, you kind of start getting worried. Are you going to be able to make it to lap 90, lap 91 to make it on 1 more pit stop? Meanwhile, behind them, Shelton up to 4th, now challenging Dylan Young for 3rd. Sanford has made it up to 6th, Seth Cole 7th, thereby Cole Deaver, who's having a pretty good day here in 8th. And now the pack has caught Kukulon and Onjak Semet-Oskin looking for 11th. Zach Flickinger, Kev Shearer also charging forward. Nate Rogers right behind them. And then a bit of a logjam behind that as Fitzwater is moving back forward a little bit. He's up to 21st. Logan York in the 30th now as McIntyre's been going down from his undercut. Baranowskis, man, she's had a terrible car today. Down in 40th place. Not the day the 2-time Truck Series champion wanted in her final race of her rookie year. Has Rookie of the Year locked up over Henry Sanford and Vince Freeze, but not having a good day as Zoerlein has gotten by Tringali here to take back the race lead.
Yeah, right in time too. They're going to be pitting within 4 to 5 laps here. I would think we'll start the cycle.
Shelton up to 3rd over Dylan Young. We'll see Dylan Young. Will he be the first to pit once again? Andrew Rich was actually coming out of pit road from fixing his stuff when other drivers started pitting. So he should be pitting around the same lap as them. As you see, Andrew, despite having a few laps difference to the leaders, Zoerlein just drove away from Tringali that time, 0.4 of a second, but you know, Andrew is running like the same lap times as Dylan Young. So I think Rich could have had a top 10 car for sure.
Like you said, if we were to get a late caution, he could have won the race, but it's all for nothing, sadly, in his last start here for Bulldog.
It was not the year Rich thought it would be. Still, you know, great showing in the points, but not going to be top 5 because of this fuel system issue here today. Zoerlein continuing to drive away from Tringali. Here's where we've hit lap 59. Should see some people start pitting here soon. They've made it. They've been all able to stretch it to 58, Vince. So I think everyone is knowing that they've got to try and stretch it here now if they want to make it on 2 more pit stops. Lap 59 coming to 60, and Shelton
There it is.
will be the first one to pit. She'll bring in Dylan Young, Quinton Moore, Charles Sanford, Seth Cole, Allison Rain, as Deaver and Rowe stay out on the track. Sametta Oskin will pit. Kev Shearer pits. Kukulon on Jack.
What is this?
Seeing people trying to let people get down the pit. Baranowskis is going to pull an undercut. What has she got to lose? Zoerlein's going to be pitting behind lap cars. That might hold them up a little bit. See Tringali closing the distance some there. Oh, wow. Tringali gained a ton of time on pit entry. Deaver and Rowe coming in. This is lap 60 to 61. William Brock will stay out. Fitzwater will stay out. Adam Flickinger, Vince Freeze. Logan York. Mason Dagger. Colt Hudson, Levi McIntyre. They all stay out. So William Brock is the race leader right now. He's been running around 20th with Fitzwater.
You guys should have no issues making it on 3 stops after staying out the longest, for sure.
Oh, Dylan Young got held up by Freeze and Flickinger pitting. Look how much time he lost.
Oh, he's slow.
Quinton Moore goes right by him. Shelton will come out. Still in third behind Zoerlein and Tringali. Tringali actually lost time to Zoerlein there on pit road. Thought he would have gained something, but no. But now lap traffic is going to be in full effect.
Halfway through the race here, man. This is Jonathan Zoerlein right now out front. Tringali now has some bodyguards, I like to say, one of my famous phrases that he needs to do.
It appears Logan York elected to stay out another lap to lap 61. Lap 62, actually.
Oh.
But so now Zoerlein and Tringali, they're on the same tires once again. So we'll be able to gauge better how good of a car Tringali has now, as he's only a second behind here. He has gained some time back, I think. Yeah, he ran 5/10 faster than Zoerlein that lap. I'm not sure if Zoerlein's trying to save his stuff or save fuel here, but he ran a 28.9 that last time by. Oh no, Zoerlein's putting the burners on it now, I think. I think we're gonna see this lead increase back the other way. No, it's actually pretty even now. So 1 second lead for Zoerlein over Tringali. Shelton by herself here in third. Charles Sanford up to fourth. Quinton Moore fifth after Dylan Young got checked up. He lost pretty much any time he had gained from tire wear, Vince, by having to check up for those drivers pitting. And that's killed his strategy here. He is in sixth. Seth Cole 7th. Rain 8th. Kev Shearer 9th. Oskin 10th. They round out the top 10 now, as Cole Deaver is down to 11th. James Ellison up to 12th. Kukulon 13th. On Jack 14th. Nate Rogers 15th. Rowe down to 16th.
Look at your 7th.
Ferranti, Ace Rogers, and Keith Rich the top 20. Fitzwater still struggling in 22nd. Brock 24th. They stayed out the longest, so they should be moving forward here. RJ Bishop is 23rd. Yepes and Freeze are a lap down. Actually, no. The 12 is in 29th. So Yepes is currently behind both of the cars. He could have jumped in owner points. Baranowski's up to 30th, looking for 29th on freeze. So that undercut working out for her. She's no longer in 40th. Vargas, Evans, and Cologne, the last 3 drivers on the lead lap. As Tringali has gained some more time, it's down to 6/10 as he continues the draft off Henry Sanford.
Sanford might have a little fresher tires, and in fact, the draft does matter a little bit here, especially when you're on fresh tires versus the difference of older tires.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after commentating for the past few hours and doing the majority of the commentating, my voice is pretty fried, so I'm going to take the next 20 or so laps off. Vince, have fun. I will be your camera orchestrator.
All right, buddy. This is, I guess, my time. You never know what's going to happen next season, so I'm going to enjoy these next 20 laps. Jonathan's rolling out front. Now, we talk about Jonathan's rolling consistent season out there as you see Henry Sanford and Tringali start to close it a little bit. The biggest thing you have to say about Jonathan's rolling, I've looked at him through these races and through my career here at commentating, is not just his consistency, but that killer instinct to win races. He's won all-star races. He's now got 2 championships under his belt, as you see second battle right there. And that's important, especially as a younger driver coming up through the series, to develop those killer instincts. Sanford gets a big rump. And I expect him to still be contention. Tringali, we've talked about him many times throughout this season. Almost had a chance to win, just never could be able to do it. He has a chance today. I think for him, if he comes back next season, one of the biggest things he'll have to learn on, work on, is finishing races, closing the deal. It's always good to get the mid races and the early start well, but how you got to close it to be like a Zoerlein or a Sanford you see in fourth and closing the gap to her teammate Sheldon in third. Those are what makes the legends and champions, that separates the men from the boys, I like to say. See Sheldon great, always consistent, always great these types of intermediate tracks to get a surprise result. She knows what she's doing. Good super speedways too. Always in the mix at a road course. S3 as a whole organization. They took a step back naturally after Terminator went off last year, but they'll definitely be back, especially with Seth Cole on the road courses. Going through the field here, see there's the Terminator himself. He's definitely been impressive today. We thought he took the night off, took the day off, but he's definitely turned up the wick here in the second half of this race. And we know Sanford has been really good at those road courses too. We saw him everywhere on a road course, especially the thrilling win he got it. Was it Utah, I believe it is. Miller Motorsports was one of the most thrilling finishes of the season on his teammate Seth Cole. And then he said round out top 5, we got Quinn Moore, Q-Man. We talked about his incredible run at Bristol, just couldn't finish the deal. I think him starting to step up into that leadership role, just like Fitzy after Rain left, is important. I expect him to take a step further forward. Dylan Young, we always know he's good at Penske. He'll be there at Penske. Not the season he would have liked in terms of consistency, but he was showing some flashes. New Zealand especially. Obviously, Richmond is like his birthplace, the house he built, even though he is actually from sort of this area, kind of a home race for him. Chicago native once, and now resident of Floridian. You see Allison Rain. We talked about her in the preseason a little bit. Either going to be a boomer bust type of year, and it was definitely a boomer bust. New team, possibly can get a 4th win today, but for the most part, 3 wins. Was there, just never had the consistency. I expect that to change as now she'll get your 2 next in. There's Seth Cole, road course ace. What can you say about this man? He is lightning on a road course, but we had a little bit of some troubles on the intermediates. Took a great win at Phoenix. We know he's always solid there. I think for him next season on his wish list, just a little more consistency and closing the deal on intermediates and speedways. Kev Shear in 9th. What can you say about Kev Shear? Texas was a big one 2 weeks ago in Indy with that strategy win. I think for this team and where he was last year, big step of improvement. Got an extra win, much more consistent in terms of raw speed. I think he'll have the same thing, just got to close races and a little bit more consistent in the midseason. Speaking of Silky Smooth right behind, I think he'll be a little disappointed with this season. But at the same time, Samet Oskin knows that his forte isn't winning 6-7 races. It's about winning 1 or 2, maybe 3 tops, and just being consistent. I think he understands that in this non-playoff format, to go back to his usual ways, and I expect him to be up there. And I think that rounds the top 10 out. I believe 11th is Colt Beaver, so that will take care of it. Back to the front here. There we go, back to the front. It looks like Yepez and Sanford getting around Tringali as Zoerlein starts to stretch his legs a little bit. Looking at hit the lap times here in the gaps. You see there's Deaver, Rowe, Rogers, Flickinger, Ellison, Kukulon, Onjak, Fitzy, Rogers again, Ace, and Ferranti rounding at your top 20. There we go, a little rundown there for you guys. Fastest lap of the race can still continue to be Jonathan Zoerlein Tringali, the 1-2 combo. Andrew Rich, man, what could have been? You see Sanford up there, he's starting to make Hayward. Sunshines, and there's Deaver, Kev Shear, Flickinger. Forgot the 47, that's on me. Going on a run. Rain and Fitzy. So that's pretty good, about 2.5 tenths between first and 10th. Long run pace, though, it has been the top 2 up front. Here's guys, some in the back. We got Stephen Cologne, Vargas in there for 30th. I believe that was a battle for. Brock with a long stop. Maybe he had some damage. We'll have to check that out a little bit later. Let's go to our cameraman here. There we go. Oh, yeah. We must have missed something on pit road. We'll have to check that a little bit later, actually. Maybe on replay after the race. You see there's Jesse Turner up there. It's funny, when I first came into the booth, Jesse Turner was the hottest thing since sliced bread at the end of 2020. Never really got his footing last year, and this year has been much of the same. Very inconsistent, lacking the pure speed, raw pace, and also I just think the experience gap as well has cost him a little bit. I think next year he'll start getting back a little bit better and run a little bit more up the front. As you can see, Brock is looking probably on some fresher tires. He's got more corner speed than straightaway speed. What else we got here? Audrey we talked about a little bit, her incredible run of form. Pretty McShane top 30 battle. Derek Hamill, pretty inconsistent. Did a good job in the showdown. That was probably his highlight of the season. Same thing with RJ Bishop, good showdown. And some controversy of Phoenix in the later stages, a lapper. Let's see here. Rich, we talked about. Oh, there's the damage. Well, okay. So maybe that's contact with him and Brock. We'll have to check that post-race here. Actually, you know what? Let's get back to the front a little bit here. Looks like Jessica Shelton is starting. There's Lauren Chung, Ferranti, all them going through. Looks like Jessica Shelton started turning the wick up on Tringali. This could be where the tire or lap car difference could make a difference. Let's see. Tringali does turn on the afterburners. So we get 210. There's Allison Rain up the fit, definitely moving forward. Maybe you can get a top 3 if strategy falls her way. There's Sanford, and he's mired in traffic. And yeah, I think it is lap traffic. Tringali is stuck, and I think Yepez and Sanford and York, who has that overcut strategy, is definitely faster. Let's see if he can unlap himself, maybe to Zoerlein. There's Sanford below. There's Tringali making a move underneath Yepez. Got good front turn, but on the exit, they should stay side by side with the side draft. Let's see where Logan York goes. He's probably going to swing up top a little bit. And then stay with Tringali in the 3. Push him a little bit. Then he'll go up to Yepez and swing it high. Should be able to clear it. You can see the tire differences. Even with the experience, the tire difference is big here at Chicagoland. Now Yepez will go underneath Sanford. There's some pitters. All right, we got Rich. I'll probably be for damage. Maybe 4 tires and fuel as well. 3 wide here. Logan York on the underneath Yepez and Sanford. Good front turn there. And let's see. I think he should be able to get his lap back. Zoerlein does have the pace, but I think York's a little quicker. Yeah, by about 1/10 and a half, and that should be enough to get him back before his next cycle. We're within 5 laps between pitting. That's when Zach should be able to get back here and help me out. I think for mostly everyone will be a 4 tire and fuel call. Stretch run to the finish, last 30, 35 laps or so. Should be a fun one here. See York still getting that front turn well. Looks like Quinn and Moore starting to make inroads a little bit on Allison Ray. Not much. Top 10 is pretty much stabilized. There's a battle for 9th with Shear and Oskin. Let's see how that's doing. Let's go back to 9th and 10th real quick as we have a little break in the action here. See how it's going. Maybe a little bit of data here. Yeah, and there's Deaver. Kev Shear's a little slower. I think Oskin's got the pace, and Cole Deaver as well. A little different strategy. Still top 20 rundown. We've got Rowe, Rogers. Good run from the back to the front a little bit. Mid-pack. Good work. Here's Cole Deaver. A little bit into the inside battle here. He's got a little bit more tire life. But I think Austin's going to use a big slingshot run to the outside and see if he tries a little bit of a dive in 3. I think he'll keep it there. Tringali about a 10th faster, as I think No, they're just the pace is really falling off a cliff. That's not no one pitting. Let's see here. Tringali. There's Logan York. He's going to get his lap back. That's big. I think Tringali just needs to get around your pads. Maybe we'll start seeing something in that next run. If I'm Tringali, let's do this little strategy here. If I'm Zoerlein, what do? Do you come in early? Do you wait a lap? I think we can see what he can do in clean air. We did see that one run. He took like 5-10 laps to get going, to get around to the lead. On Tringali, I think I come in one lap early, surprise him. If I'm Tringali, I try to surprise as we do have some takers. Seth Cole early on here to start the cycle off.
All right, pit stops have begun. Vince, thank you so much.
No problem, man.
I was going to point out here really quickly as the cycle is ending, Tringali never fell off that 1.1 second bracket. He was racing lappers, but he never really lost touch with Zoerlein. So Seth Cole first to pit, Zach Flickinger with him, Oskin down pit road. Guessing something happened between William Brock and Keith Rich. We'll take a look at that after the race. I'm kind of surprised that there was something that had enough contact to bring Brock front end damage, and it did not bring out a yellow. As Charles Sanford and Allison Rain, they're the next two in. So we're seeing people outside the top 5 or just in the top 5 pit. Peter Onjak, Sebastian Kukulon in. Tringali's got it down to under a second now. Everybody's taking 4 tires. This will take them to the finish as here comes the top 2. Zoerlein, Tringali, Shelton, the top 3 actually, all going to come in together.
See what the pit crews can do here. This could be a money stop, the last one of the season.
See Zoerlein and Tringali stalls right next to each other. Deaver takes the lead by staying out. Dylan Young into his stall. Tringali clean exit. Zoerlein clean exit. 1-2 back out onto the racetrack. Shelton right behind them. Charles Sanford, though, is going to jump them both.
Whoa.
Remember what happened at Kansas, Vince? That strategy at the end of Kansas, man, was
Right.
insane. Charles has 2 seconds over the 5. So McIntyre has yet to pit.
Oh, boy.
He is very slow.
Look at this. Look at this. The Zoerlein.
Oh, we've got a crash. Caution's out. Somebody got wrecked. They're saying Logan York is the leader. Where is Logan York? There he is. Lucky Dog will go to the 48 here. So we've still got some people racing back.
Be careful here.
Oh, Jesse Turner.
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 Oh, my.
Oh, and Zoerlein just got tapped by Cologne. And oh, Shelton's been taken out by Yepes. What is going on?
Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful.
Yepes is still racing back.
Oh, this is...
Sanford's going to pit. Leaders are pitting.
Everyone stayed.
Split strategies here, perhaps. Sanford's going to take tires yet again. Looks like it's going to be just new right sides and fill it up on gas. Make sure they're good to go. York takes 4. That's safe to York, man. He was a lap down on the strategy he was on. Stays out, gets a yellow. And I think we're actually going to have some wave rounds here if people don't pit, but let's take a look and see what brought out the caution, and including the incident with William Brock. All right, so this was back on lap 72. Keith goes to make a move on Fitzwater. And Brock is just going to get into him here. And turns them both up
Hey.
the track. Bam! Into the outside wall they go. That is why we did not get a yellow for this. So let's see what actually gave us a yellow. This is what brought out our caution. Vince Freeze is running the middle line here, and he's going to want to pit, but Ellison has already pit. He's hauling the mail on the inside, and Freeze just turns down, hits the brakes. Ellison gets into him, and it's going to spin him out here. Ellison almost gets drilled by Ferranti and Ace Rogers, and Vince just loops it and keeps it going. So now let's see what happened under the yellow. So Jesse Turner had not yet raced back to the caution when the caution came out. So he was racing around the field and just didn't know that they were slowing down here in 3 and 4. Tries to go low, and there's just nowhere to go. He's going to get into Laura Chung first and then gets into Christian Vargas. James Ellison, innocent bystander. So they spin it out. And then behind them, Shelton's going to get hit by Yepes, who's doing the same thing as Turner. Yep, just gets right into her, turns her around.
Up the track Sheldon goes.
And then Andrew Rich got into Zach Flickinger a little bit. And that was the extent of it, I want to say.
Just Nate up there.
Little banging here and there, but otherwise they settled it. Let's get you guys to the race restart. Getting ready to go back racing. Zoerlein is the race leader. Tringali second, Shelton third, Rain is fourth. Quinton Moore 5th, Nate Rogers 6th, Dylan Young 7th, Rowe 8th, Deaver 9th with damage, Shearer 10th, Onjak 11th, Kukulon 12th, Fitzy 13th, Adam Flickinger 14th, Bishop 15th, Vince Freeze 16th, Charles Sanford pit again. He just put new right sides on it, gassed it up. Logan York 18th, Oskin 19th, Zach Flickinger, Seth Cole, Levi McIntyre, Ferranti on back are the wave around drivers. This is going to be interesting, Vince. I'm curious if Charles Sanford has the time here with what will be 25 to go to get to the front. And I'm also curious what Logan York will do with those 4 fresh tires, because we saw him pass Zoerlein with fresh rubber alone. But this is going to be interesting here, especially with who stayed out where and all that stuff. Zoerlein's your race leader. Him and Tringali have dominated. We are green flag racing once again, as the 17 appears to be abysmally off pace.
Yeah, it could be a DQ coming. There's Evans. Ooh, oh. Side that with the run. He's gonna try to get clear here and try to get some daylight between him and Tringali, as Turner's nowhere in sight.
Zoerlein clears the lappers. Yeah, Turner is way off pace. I'm gonna park him right there. That's gonna put him finishing last, as nobody retired from the accident. That's a tough break for Turner, but seeing some of these lappers, Vince, they've got fresher tires. They're actually 4 wide back here. Or they looked like they were for a moment.
Still might be.
I think they are 4 wide. Yeah, Rowe's in the middle here, 4 wide.
Alright, clear. Dampers in the hornet's nest, man. I don't know if that was the right call. Track position matters.
He is moving forward, though. Him and Seth Cole, as Brock is going to pit here at the last second.
Oh, boy.
Not sure what that's up for. You see Charles, he's moving forward. He's got the tires. He's just got to get through all this traffic. Does it start to thin out a bit here once he gets by these others? But Allison Rain is looking for third on Jessica Shelton. Can't quite get it.
In this challenge, that's big.
Zoerlein under fire from Amanda Evans, who's looking to get a lap back. He's going to pin him to the bottom. Brock puts some gas in it and goes. Tringali going to dive it in here. He's right behind Zoerlein as Cologne looks to unlap himself as well. Shelton still hanging on to third.
Or maybe he's just playing a little game here. We'll find out.
20 laps to go in the season there. Who will win the 200th Cup race? Shelton now up top, 3 wide because of Colt Hudson on the bottom. Tringali right on Zoerlein's bumper. Hudson, another driver on fresher tires that fell a lap down. I think he might be able to unlap himself here as well. Let's see how the wave around drivers have done. You see Vargas with damage. She's off pace. Laura Chung and some others. See, Oskin has gone nowhere from pitting. Same with Zach Flickinger. Logan York with 4 fresh tires making slow inroads. Same with Seth Cole. See Sanford, he's up to 11th. But does he have time? He is 2.5 seconds back. And there's a lot of lap cars here in the way.
That's the problem, I think. It's just the traffic issues. Now the battle for the lead's getting closer, man. It's getting intense, I think.
Tringali peeking the nose to the outside of Zoerlein. Early on, it looked like Zoerlein had the better car, but ever since that first yellow, Tringali has come to play.
He's going on a lap himself. You can see it now. Oh, yeah, I just look at the drive.
They've driven away from Rain and Shelton, who are side by side battling for third. Cole Deaver with back end damage. Him and Nate Rogers, they're charging forward.
There's Sanford. He's behind Rowe. He can make it now. I think he can do it, man. He just gotta get through quick though. That's the thing.
Hudson by the 7. How will Colt Hudson help Tringali close back up the distance?
Doing a good job here with this draft. Will we see any more lappers? I don't know.
Charles Sanford up to 9th, still 2.9 back.
Andrew Rich has a little pressure tires. That could be big for Tringali.
Hudson's going to make a move here to unlap himself. Sanford's up to 8th. It is a hornet's nest back here. Shelton and Rain continue to hold up everybody who might have a shot at the win, as Rain continues to make moves for third but can't get by the 0-2.
Big check up there too out of Sanford and Rogers.
Deaver with a move. He's going to put his nose to the inside of Rain for 4th. Let's see what the difference is like between him and Rain. Oh, he's about even too. Look at Charles Sanford now, though. He's got no one to his outside. Sanford dives it under Nate Rogers, but Deaver checks up.
That's the key. The checkup's coming off 3.
And nobody can get by Rain or Shelton.
Getting intense at the front, though. It's down to .007. This is it. And there's Rich.
Rich right behind Tringali and Zoerlein, who are racing for the win. These two, I think they've got to hope Shelton and Rain keep holding up those other drivers because they're not gaining or losing, really. Deaver to the outside of Rain, looking to find the way by her.
3 wide.
3 wide will go Charles Sanford. Look at the grip he's got. All the way on the bottom, 3 wide.
Got to get around his teammate, though. That's the big one.
Charles has only had 2 wins come this year, and they've come on road courses. After he dominated on the speedways last year and became known as the Terminator. Dubbed by Vince Freeze with 11 laps to go. Does he have time? Can he get by teammate Jessica Shelton? Cole Deaver is actually holding him off here on the top. As Tringali has been slowly inching back from Zoerlein. Now, no, he's got to run. He's got to run here. He's going to make a move. Does Zoerlein give him the lane? No. 10 to go at Chicagoland and in the 2022 season.
Here's the move for Deaver. Here's Samper.
Deaver with a big move for third. He's going to clear Shelton into turn 1. Quinton Moore's up here too. He's into the top 10. Nate Rogers. How about Fitzy, man? What a day this caution has done for him. He's in 10th place. Deaver, Sanford, and Moore clear Shelton. Into the top 5 they go. 30.2. They are faster than the top 2. But they've got to go. They've got to go. They've got to haul the mail here.
I think if Andrew Rich starts playing spoiler, they got a shot. They got a shot.
Yeah, Rich is all over Tringali's bumper, who's over Zoerlein's bumper. It'll be 8 to go at the line.
In a tight pack.
Derek Hamill has made a visit to pit road.
Showing up now. 2/10 for Deaver that time by. They just need Andrew Rich to get in the game, and that could be big.
They need them to start fighting. If they start fighting, they could gain some more time here. But if they stay tucked nose to tail, they're not going to have a shot at it. Hamill, I think, just put on 4 fresh tires.
Ooh, that's big. But where is he on the track?
He's going to be in front of the leaders. He will not be a factor. Only 1/10 of a second that time by. These 3 are even, nose to tail. Yeah, they need Tringali to make a move here. But he just can't seem to get enough of a run. Good corner here in 3 and 4. Tringali's glued to his bumper. It'll be 6 laps to go here at Chicagoland.
If I'm Tringali, I'd make the move in 3 and 4. I just think 1-2 is better for Zoerlein. Now, Rich, he's finding a little bit pace now all of a sudden. This is big.
2/10 of a second that time by for Deaver. Tringali is really charging the corner here. 5 laps to go here at the start-finish line. Just can't seem to get a move, and now these guys are racing it up for third.
More on the outside. That could be all she wrote. I think that damage is just affecting this.
Peter Onjak just pit.
What's going on here? Uh-oh.
2 tires. Could that be why Sanford pit under the yellow to make sure he was good on gas?
This ain't over yet. This ain't over. We might have some late race drama. Last one of the season. There's Rich.
Tringali with a bit of a higher arc into turn 3 still. He gets these runs, Vince, but he just can't make a move, it seems.
Stuck, yep.
Deaver's got it under 3 seconds, but that last lap before they lost time. Chicagoland came down pit road as well. Rich now starting to fade back from the 5 and the 7. Tringali. Oh, he's doing everything he can. Is he going to pit?
Lost time. He went too close. He got too close and washed
up. He got too close and checked it up, yeah. But that distance might be what can help him get a better run here. 3 laps to go at the start-finish line. Look at how much he can dive it in there. Can he get a run here? Oh, he got tight.
They're battling up ahead, though. That could be interesting. That could be real interesting. Zoerlein's getting a draft. Rich is pushing him practically.
Rich is going high. What's going on here? Don't you dare tell me Nico Tringali can't make it.
Oh, my goodness.
2 laps to go. That leaves Zoerlein out by himself.
If I'm Zoerlein, I back her that. You got 2 2.6. You got plenty of time. Back her down.
Can Zoerlein make it 2 more laps for his 5th win of the season? Could we have our champions that clinched their titles a week ago sweep the last weekend? He's staying out. White flag in the air for Jonathan Zoerlein. 1 lap to go at Chicagoland. Allison Rain pit that time by as well with Tringali. Rich looking to get a lap back here. Or maybe just give the fans a side-by-side finish. I don't know. Sanford's looking for 2nd on Deaver. Through 3 and 4, though, for the final time this year in the 200th Cup Series race, it's Jonathan Zoerlein, 5th win of the year, 18th of his career. And Deaver held on for 2nd.
Close, but no cigar for Cole Deaver. But Jonathan Zoerlein, man, that's one way to cap off a championship season, popping the champagne at Chicagoland.
Deaver comes home 2nd, Charles Sanford 3rd, Quinton Moore 4th, Seth Cole 5th, Alexander Rowe 6th, Fitzy 7th, Nate Rogers 8th, Kev Shearer in 9th, and Dylan Young rounds out the top 10. McIntyre, good rebound 11th, Logan York 12th. Shelton fell to 13th there. Vince Freeze, rookie of the race in 15th, Audra 20th. But man, Tringali 28th, Rain 30th. On Jack, Kukulon 36th, 37th. Just not show the races they had today. That's going to do it for us here this afternoon. Thank you for a 2022 season, everybody. I will see you in 2023. Vince, I want to thank Vince for making every race this year. It's been an amazing pleasure. Not sure how many co-commentating races we'll get in the future with a different format I'll be using next year. But thank you again to Vince. As I said yesterday, thank you for doing these races with me for the last 2 years.
Yeah, man, one last thing was, like I said, thank you everyone to the Cup Series. This has been a pleasure. Whatever happens in the future, I'll definitely be back for V8. I mean, that'll be fun. But,
yes, Wes, we still have V8 for 8 races in the fall. Cannot forget that.
Yeah, have that. A couple special races, Crown Royal 300, whatever, Honeydew Donuts.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if we're doing that.
Oh, I got you. But whatever the future holds, I just want to say thanks to everybody, and let's keep rocking on. And one last time from Vince Freeze, this is your boy signing off.